already knows I love to talk. Sometimes I get on the go, and and I gotta keep remembering, I gotta keep moving so this thing don't freeze up. I gotta get, when I think about talking, I mean, I can get up here, I can still be talking when it's time for you to go to breakfast tomorrow. You can sit here all night, but that'd be cool. When you get done here, what do? You go to Snack Shack, or you go to Cafe, what do you do? And the counselors, they gotta go to a meeting, so Miss Sarah can yell at them. But not this week, though. That's great. This is only Monday, though. Not this week. But tonight I want to talk to you about your speech. So are you tough enough? Yeah. You think everything is hard. You hear somebody say, "Oh, I can't do that. I'm a kid. I can't do that. That's too hard for me." When Miss Debbie was growing up, she grew up on a farm, and she had to learn how to take care of cows and pigs and horses and rabbits, and there was stuff that had to be done every day, and it was work. It wasn't stuff you just go out and play in the yard. And I mean, today sometimes, and don't get mad, today sometimes your mama says, "Would you take the trash out?" It's like, "How much you gonna pay me? How much allowance do I get?" My Miss Debbie's dad didn't give her a choice. He said, "There's the trash. Take it." You just did what you did. You didn't say nothing back. And I hear some of the kids say sometimes, I can't believe some of the speech that I hear coming out of some of y'all's mouths around here sometimes in the daytime. This is a Christian camp. Yeah, but not everybody that comes to camp is a Christian. Oh, surprise? You shouldn't be. Sometimes I hear some of you guys yelling at each other, and every now and then I see somebody popping attitude like, "You talking to me? You just did not say that to me. No, you did not." And you ever meet somebody like that? You say something to them, and you might not have meant it in a way that they took it, but all of a sudden they up in your face and that kind of, "No, you did not." And sometimes there's a part of me that sometimes I want to say, "Yeah, I did what you're going to do." But the Christian part of me knows that that's one of them things you just don't say. You just don't do that. And I thought about, does God want us to use those bad words? Do you find any of those bad words in the Bible? No. Let me tell you something. What tickles me sometimes is, there's two places that we're going to go. When you die, if you got Jesus in your heart, you're going to where? All right. And if you die and you don't have Jesus in your heart, where are you going? Down there. Somebody said one time, if you say it's H-E double hockey stick, but if you say the word hell, that's exactly, some people go, what did you say? But it's like this, that word's actually in the Bible like 53 times in the New Testament, because God's telling you, you do not want to go there. And He's trying to get the point across. But that's a place. I'm using it as a place, not a bad word like some people do. And does it make, let me ask you this, does it make you sound cool? No! Sir! Sometimes I turn on the TV set and I hear some of the language that comes across that TV set, and it burns my duck ears. I'm thinking about myself, if I said some of them words that you hear on TV, especially some of them 4-letter words today, my mama would have washed my mouth out with liquid soap. ask you the same question I asked some of the kids last week. Those of you that have cell phones, would you text some of the stuff that you text if God was sitting next to you? No. If he was sitting there reading what you were typing, would you do it? Oh, well, let me shock you with some important news. Here's a news flash for you today. He's already seen it. See, let me explain God to you here tonight. Let me try to explain him to you. Okay. Now, you know that God is, right? Do we know where he is? Have we actually ever seen God? No. But you know that the Bible said God is, he has been, and he always will be. If you read the Word, the Bible says that he is omnipresent, which means God is here, God is over in the other chapel, God is in China, God is in Mexico, God is in Haiti, God is everywhere at one time. How does he do that? He's God. That's all I can tell you. He can be anywhere he wants to be anytime. Because he's God. And besides that, God is all-knowing. So that means that everything you do, everything you say, he sees it and he hears it. So those words that you just told me, you would not say if Jesus was sitting on the chair next to you. And the things that you just told me, you would not text on your cell phone to somebody if Jesus was sitting there. Surprise! He's already seen it. He's already heard it. Now, is that a good thing? Because there's probably some of you in here that your speech has not been too good. Probably some of you in here that your texting and the things you text about has not been too good. So how are we going to fix it? Throw the cell phone away? Tell our mama to sew our lips shut or super glue? Now your mama might like that right here. Your mama might say, ooh, for my kid, I got to get Gorilla Glue because super glue ain't good enough. We'd have to give Mr. Kevin some Gorilla Glue. Mr. Kevin couldn't live if he couldn't talk. And neither could Mr. Terry. I can't see that. So how are we going to fix that? The Bible gives us a couple of things. I was looking up this yesterday evening. Proverbs says in 34:13, it says, keep your tongue from evil. James 3:8 in the New Testament says that no man can tame his tongue. You know how you can take a puppy, you can teach a puppy new tricks. You can train it how to do all kinds of stuff, right? Well, a man can do just about anything he wants to do, but it's very difficult for a man or a woman to make their tongue say the right things and keep things right with that. James 3:6 says the tongue is like fire. That's not good either, is it? So first we need to realize that we're doing wrong when we ask God to forgive us of our sin. You see, bad language or speech, talking back to our parents. Now nobody in here ever talks back to your parents, right? No. Yeah, right. The Bible says you lied and cried. How many times you go behind your bedroom door when your mama has sent you to your room? You slam the door. You're in behind the door. And you're just telling her off. I mean, she can't hear you because the door's shut, but you're just letting her have it. Guess who heard that too? Ain't that something? God hears everything, knows everything, sees everything. And so it's so important, young people, that we watch over our mouth and our speech. I mentioned one of the publics last weekend mentioned something about the fact that the old saying, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you. That's a lie. Because when words come out of your mouth, whether they're good words or bad, if they're bad words, or good words, it's a good thing. But if they're bad words, or if you say something about somebody to hurt them, it's not a good thing. And sticks and stones will break your bones, and words will do the same thing. You know how it feels when somebody says something bad to you? You know how you feel inside? So before we say something, we need to think about, would Jesus want to hear it? Would Jesus, the next time you get ready to mouth off about something to somebody or say something smart to somebody, then stop for just a second and engage the brain before your lips move and think to yourself, now if I say this, is Jesus going to want to hear it? And if I text this or send an email or chat to someone, is what I'm sending going to be something Jesus is going to be pleased with? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to close here in just a few minutes. But I'm not telling you that God is sitting up in heaven with a bucket of lightning bolts. And every time you do something or say something wrong, I mean, you say something you ain't supposed to say. Zap! It's like, but Mama, I don't want to. Either that or, ooh, I'm texting this, I'm going to tell this boy this. Right on the cell phone. Blew that baby up. Just like TC. TC ain't never learned how to use a cell phone. He's a counselor. He thinks that all cell phones know how to swim. He has drowned in 3 iPods or iPhones. Oh yeah, never your fault, but it's always in your pocket. Oh, nice little iPhone. Let's go for a swim. I don't know why it didn't work. It just showed it out. But you see, God's not up there like that. He ain't up there waiting to throw a lightning bolt on you. But He is paying attention. And He is listening. And so, as you are young, now is the time to get your speech in order. See, a lot of times we hear our mamas and our daddies say things that, they say it. But they've had a lot of years of saying it. And so it's just a thing to say. While you're young, now is the time to get your life in order, and that includes your speech. You really need to check it out and make sure before you do or say anything. What would Jesus say if He was listening? I want to tell you something now. God loves you very much, and you're going to make mistakes. We all do. And sometimes you're going to slip up and say something. Sometimes you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. Sometimes you're going to text something after you push that send button. Oh no. I probably shouldn't have done that. The worst thing is when you send an email and you hit reply to all, and everybody on your email list gets it. And you can't take it back. What I want us to do now, Miss Tiffany's going to come and sing a song in just a moment. I want us to bow heads and close our eyes. I want you to think about, I just want you to think back, okay, you got to camp yesterday afternoon. When your family dropped you off, I don't want nobody to say anything, I just want you to think about this. When your family dropped you off yesterday, did you tell them you loved them? Did you thank them for bringing you? Did you tell them that you was going to be thinking about them? And did you get out of the car and you was mad when you got out of the car because your dad didn't carry your suitcase fast enough? Or was you upset because I had to carry all my stuff in my cabin? Whatever. They could have done something. They could have helped me. Were you upset when you got here yesterday? When you went to the cabin last night, was you nice to everybody in the cabin, or was you kind of sharp and kind of mean in a little way? What about today? Today, was you able all day? You was with people in your face all day. Was you able to be nice? Did you say some things you shouldn't have said? Did you make fun of somebody you really shouldn't have made fun of? Did you call somebody something you really shouldn't have called them? Did you tell your friend, look at that over there, laugh at that kid over there, look at that? Did you do that today? Would that make Jesus very happy? I want us to have a word of prayer. Let's see if he's going to come and sing.